And to continue talking about that fight, people really didn't like the fact that he was boxing too much. They're so used to seeing Fundora in the inside that they were really strict, really crucial about it.
And, you know, 44% of the punches Mendoza lands are body punches. He wants to go downstairs as much as he can.
And he's doing that here in the first round. Interestingly, the lone blemish on Fundora's mark, the draw against Jamonte Clark, came against a guy who was 6'1.5" and had a 78.5-inch reach. And the argument could be made that Clark maybe deserved better in that fight.
Yeah, some people believe he could have gotten that decision. You know, Mendoza started out his career 18-0, and he's 3-2 since then. He's hoping, and of course that Rosario fight kind of turned things in his favor.
The jab, he's already thrown 74 jabs, has Sebastian Fundora, so much more active with the stick here as we head to the final 15 seconds of the second. Mendoza launches the right hand and goes to the body with the jab.
The bell, gentlemen.
We're still on the tarmac through 2 rounds. He told us, I've always been able to do it, but I'm more comfortable with it now. And when he fought Erickson Lubin, he said Lubin was really in his chest, so the fight didn't really call for it. Against Ocampo, he was able to use those skills more and had career highs in some statistics.
He came in with his overhand right. That's something more that we saw with Juan Manuel Marquez when he knocked out Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, it's a good analogy.
Put your arm up.
You know, he wants to work in here. He's kind of trying to hold Fundora, but still try and work a little bit. And there's that uppercut.
There's that right uppercut from Mendoza that
just missed. Yeah.
Minute gone here in the third. Mendoza in the corner, but
it's Mendoza smothering his own offense right there by grabbing on him.
And there's a left uppercut by Fundora that scores on the inside. Mendoza continues to attack the body. And you heard Fundora's father say, hey, continue to do what you're doing. Wear him down. The knockout will come, and he's beginning to put the pressure on Mendoza here in the third.
And we're seeing evidence of the good inside fighting by Fundora. He is, and you mentioned Breadman Edwards pointing that out.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing right. Mendoza's trying to do the lateral movements, but it's the jab that's making it difficult for him. Fundora being really effective with that. And even inside, like you mentioned, he is really good in the inside work, Fundora.
Left uppercut to the body by Fundora. Mendoza continues to go to the body as well, but finds himself corralled in the corner again before utilizing movement. Remains the pressure of Fundora, the jab, and the inside work. But how do you really prepare to face the guy at 154 pounds that stands 6'5.5" with an 80-inch reach, Abner?
Yeah, now right here what Mendoza needs to do is exactly that. Lateral movements and beat Fundora to the punch.
Nice right hand to the body by Mendoza, and again an accumulation, especially early in the fight. Fundora continues to work behind the jab, then launches the left hand from the southpaw stance, misses with the uppercut. Mendoza relegated to just firing those single shots and then gets pushed back by the jab out. And Abner, while Fundora's been forced to bide his time waiting for a title opportunity as he opens up on Mendoza, he still has to continue to make statements on his way to ultimately earning that opportunity.
I think he has been making these statements, you know, tough fight after tough fight. Yeah, he's gonna have to now. You know, I talked about using the angles, picking your shots, but it just doesn't seem to be working for Mendoza. So we need a plan B. Go inside. Be rugged, be aggressive. But to Mendoza's luck is that Fundora is really good in the inside also.
He came to do, and despite the fact that Fundora obviously utilizing the jab very effectively, but you want this from Mendoza.
Mendoza's landed some body punches, but he's been hard to get to the head of Fundora, which it often is. Mendoza is closing the distance a little bit in this round in some spots. This is the fourth fight at 154 for Mendoza. He was up at 160 for the Rosario fight. So he has been most of his career a welterweight. Still almost a kind of a relative newcomer to 154.
Yeah, 15 of his 21 wins inside the distance. For Fundora, 13 of his 20 victories have come via form of knockout. A minute 15 left in the fifth, and they are as close as they can be physically. And Mendoza shoe shining the body. And there's a left hand that lands upstairs for Fundora. Uppercuts now on the inside by Fundora.
Here we go.
Yep. And, you know, Mendoza said in round 5 he's going to try to ratchet up the pressure, and he has tried. And in some ways, he's paid the price for it. But that air conditioned, the outdoors.
Swing and a miss.
The uppercuts that we're getting there for Fundora. Nice left hand. And here we're going to see the uppercut momentarily come in here. There it is. And that one got in for Mendoza.
But that was a good attempt from Mendoza. You want to keep trying.
Yep.
Oh, there it is. There's that uppercut.
And right uppercut. So it's an uppercut buffet here in the fifth. And inside, and Fundora at the range he wants to be. Teeing off on Mendoza. Mendoza leaning into Fundora. He is hurt.
I don't think it landed perfectly, but it did get in, I think. Yeah, it got in very nicely.
Mendoza taking a lot of shots upstairs in this round.
And you know, this is the best of times and the worst of times for Mendoza. He's in a place where he might land something, but he's taking a lot of shots.
Charles Dickens approves as we go to round number 6.
And again, Mendoza was trying to do, well, there it is. He was trying to do what he did in this last two fights, which is, you know, pick your shots, use the ring, wait for the right moment, come in, shoot a shot. But, you know, it's really hard against a tough fighter like Fundora.
You know, key point is, we always talk about, Fundora on outside the range, the height and the reach. But when he's on the inside, his height helps him as well, right?
And in order for him to stop his attack, is he getting really close to make them smother his punches.
Series of left hands by Fundora, uppercut, jolting the crowd. Mendoza launches a right hand.
Our game, and he will play it to the hilt here. Nice uppercut on the inside by Fundora. He landed so many.
You're in there for the uppercuts. The uppercuts are right there for you, meant for you to throw for Mendoza, but he's not letting any of them go.
Yeah, Fundora landing more. We expected that. He averages 72 punches per round normally, and he is outthrowing Mendoza.
Lead right hand. Mendoza pays for it, though. The combination by Fundora, mixing in the jab, but really landing with those uppercuts, and he's beginning to wear down Brian Mendoza here in the 6th. You can see why Mendoza's yet to hit the canvas. Can take a shot. A lot of the fans that come to support the action here in this venue are working class, spending their hard-earned money to watch a good fight, and that's what he wants to deliver.
I kind of send a message to the corner. Thinks he's doing something, but he's not. Hey, but he came back with something. But they're right about that. Sometimes Mendoza does the hardest part, which is to get inside. But once he's inside, he doesn't let go of his hands. Now he's trying to lock.
Trying to throw the uppercut. Well, there you have it. Right, the uppercut from too far back, right, Abner?
Too far back.
And that's what led to the problems. And, you know, we've credited Fundora with being able to take a knee against Lubin. Here, he couldn't do that, and he was hit with those final punches.
Yeah, it was just the way that Mendoza was able to finish him with those last 2 shots. Again, he was already hurt with that hook. He misses with that overhand right. Fundora tries to uppercut, like you said, from a long distance. He misses it. Boom! That left hook from Mendoza's got him first. And he's hurt. He's hurt there. And that's what did it. Those 2 last shots.
Timber as down goes the towering Inferno. And it's Brian Mendoza, who is in fuego Saturday night at the Punch Bowl.